Hello， 欢迎来到赛后采访，我是主持人 Reirachuu。恭喜台北 JT 战队赢下今天本场的比赛。Hey guys, and welcome to the post-match interview. I'm Reirachuu, and here with me today is none other than JT's jungler Kongyue. Kongyue, can you introduce yourself? 今天来到我们的赛后采访席是台北 JT 战队的明星打野选手Kongyue，先跟大家打个招呼吧。
大家好，我是这一天的打野Kongyue。
So congrats on the 3-1 today, as well as picking up the Game 3 MVP. With today's win, J-Team is at least third this spring. How do you feel? 首先，当然要恭喜你们，获得了今天的3-1，自己也拿下了那第3把的 MVP。那赢下今天的比赛之后 ，J-Team 已经保底春季赛前3名了。现在的感受会是如何呢？
现在感受其实还是就普通吧，就正常心态，因为明天还是要打上 PSG。
So he said that actually their feelings right now are very normal. It's a very regular post-match victory sort of feeling because they still have to face up against PSG tomorrow. So they're not letting themselves get too happy. So the next question that I want to ask is that last week with your win versus BYG, Caster Zod mentioned that J-Team's analyst Nash said winning versus BYG was crucial in turning your team's atmosphere around. So I wanted to ask what adjustments you guys have made since the last week. 上周赢下 BYG 之后，就 Zod 老师有说，就是你们的分析师 Nash 提到，赢下 BYG 是把状态找回来的一个关键。想问你们之前失误是出在哪里？还有最近是做了什么样的调整呢？
状态主要是因为我们的团练也输得多，然后加上可能每个人都有点那个吧，松散，就是有点打得有点随意，第一周的时候，所以然后加上我们中野打架也变少，然后我们赢下 BYG 后，我们就是尽量有架就去打，然后尽量打中野，然后大家就是失误少一点。
So he said that in the first week, he thinks that why J-Team weren't performing up to par was that they made a lot of mistakes. So for example, like their mid as well as their jungle, they didn't really try to look for opportunities enough. He said that also he thinks maybe it was because it was the first week of playoffs that the team came into their games just feeling a bit too loose, playing a bit too fast, and just playing it too easygoing and not focused enough. And that's why they made mistakes. He said in their series versus BYG, they tried to make those opportunities happen. They tried to play more aggressive, find chances to make things happen in the game. And that's why he thinks they're able to play better. And that's how they're going to do things from here on out. I wanted to ask next about the smite steal on the 4th dragon in game number 3, because that was absolutely beautiful. We've also seen a lot of very great smite steals from you this spring season. Can you give us some tips on how to outsmite your enemy jungler? 那第3局完美的偷到了4龙，然后这赛季也看到了很多就是空军选手拼重击抢到龙的操作，就可以跟观众分享一些拼重击的技巧吗？
拼重击吗？就如果平常就是大家有在打排位的话，就是如果逆风了就去开8龙，然后对面打野来就跟他拼重击，你就可以比较容易中到，你就以后都跟人家拼重击。
So he said that if it's in solo queue, especially if your team is in a situation where you guys are behind, he said that's always the best opportunity for you to hit over towards the Baron pit and then try to get into a smite fight with the enemy jungler. He said that's the best opportunity that he thinks for him, and how you turn the game around, and also that the enemy jungler won't expect you to be there at that type of timing. My next question is that Uniboy in last week's interview, he said that you are the noisiest on the team and that he's only close to you because your other teammates find you too noisy. So what are your thoughts on this? And also, are you the rumored boss of the team? 对于那天暖男在采访中说你是队友当中最吵的选手，除了他以外，其他队友都不理你，有什么感受呢？还有，请问你是不是传闻中的 JT 对霸吗？
我感觉暖男是嫉妒我吧，因为平常我讲太多话，队友跟我讲话，然后他有点太嫉妒了，所以就故意讲队友都不理我。 对霸吗？对霸，我感觉我们队应该有2个对霸啦，应该不止我有1个，应该有2个。
可以说是谁吗？还是不好说？
这个大家自行猜测，大家自行猜。
So he said that what he thinks Uniboy only said in the interview the other day that Kongyue is too noisy is because Uniboy himself is just jealous. He says that because he talks a lot on the team and he has very good relationships with the other members of J Team, he thinks that Uniboy sees Kongyue having that good relationship with the teammates and then he gets jealous, which is why he just made up that lie about how no one else talks to Kongyue. And about whether or not J Team has a bossy member of the squad, he says he thinks that it's not just one, he thinks that it's two. He also says that he's not going to leave any names or call out his teammates right now, but he leaves it up to the audience to decide who they think the bosses of the team are. My next question is that in the spring playoffs promo video behind the scenes, we saw you touch the Spring Split trophy, and you said this one line, "I'm afraid I won't have the chance to touch it after this, so I'll touch it now." I wanted to ask what your goal is for this season. 季后赛拍摄花絮影片看到了空月选手就摸了奖杯，就说了一句怕以后没机会摸，先摸一下。想问空月选手，就你个人对于这赛季的期望会是什么呢？
春季赛的话肯定是冠军啊，但是毕竟我们还是算是新磨合的队伍，所以如果是今年的话就是世界赛吧，期望就是有世界赛。
So he said that if it's spring split, then of course his goal is to be the spring split champions. But he says looking forward for the rest of the year, they definitely want to punch their ticket to Worlds this year. He says that of course because the J Team roster for this season is pretty new, so they still need to do some work in terms of synergizing the team together. But their eventual goal for summer is to get to Worlds. So I also have to ask because Boy mentioned that if your team won summer finals, he would do the TikTok O2 dance. I wanted to ask if you will have any surprise for the fans if J Team wins summer finals. 暖男上次也说过，就是如果赢了决赛会领2摇，想问空约选手会有什么福利给粉丝吗？要不要唱一首老板的歌？
如果真的春季拿下冠军，那唱一首老板的歌肯定是没问题了。
So he said that if they really do end up as the Spring Split champions, then it won't be a problem at all to sing a J-Cho song. Of course, J-Cho is the boss of J Team. So my last question I want to ask is, how do you feel about playing against PSG tomorrow? 那最后的问题当然想问，就对于明天要对上 PSG 有什么感受呢？
其实没什么感受，因为毕竟春季就是期望是拿冠军，迟早都要打到 PSG， 只是早一天打到而已。
So he said that they don't have any special particular feelings towards facing off against PSG. He said that especially because their goal for spring has always been to get the spring split champions, that they're always going to eventually have to face off against PSG. Anyway, this time around, they just happened to be playing PSG one day earlier instead in the playoffs. Of course, wishing you good luck for tomorrow's match versus PSG. Thank you so much, Kongyue, for the interview. Good luck tomorrow. 好的，那非常感谢空约选手接受今天的赛后采访。当然要祝台北这支队明天加油！马上就把画面丢回主播台喽，拜拜。